give them 5 pictures. I gave them a choice though as to pick from 1 or 2 batches of pictures because we are actually currently doing immunity and disease. Our previous unit was adaptations over time, evolution. So I'll show you the evolution one first. I gave them 5 pictures. One of them was a picture of a little boy holding a beetle. I was hoping, praying that the kids would realize perhaps this is Charles Darwin as a boy, being very interested in animals. And about half the class picked up on that. You know, some people threw them in the middle, but most of them had them at the top left. There's also a picture of Darwin's book, Natural Selection, The Origin of Species. We have a picture of the HMS Beagle, a tortoise from the Galapagos, and the chain of islands, the Galapagos Islands. So what I also had them do was, in their story, they had to insert at least 5 or 6 vocab words from the actual unit that I had picked out. So one of those vocab words is variation, one of them was an archipelago, a chain of islands, and one of them was, what is a species?
I'll go next because I used Paul's rubric and his introduction page that I stole from, I was inspired by. Good. I changed it a little bit because I'm in 6th grade science, and I did not have the kids add vocab from the unit, although I could easily tie that in there. I didn't do that with this one. It was the first go at it. I wanted to see how they were going to do. I also didn't have any poster paper, and so I decided to just use folders, and it turned out to work really well for me, and I'll probably continue doing that because it's
wow, nice.
Essentially a little like a poster paper, but now I could walk around.
It's so portable.
It's easier to grade. It's portable. They put their name on the tag.
I love that.
And then inside of it, I gave them a folder with the rubric and a sheet of the 5 pictures. They had to cut the pictures out. So everything was in there. They sat down, they got a folder, and it turned it ended up being their poster.
Very cool.
So we're studying atmosphere right now in science, and then we're moving into space. So I decided to take these 5 pictures. One is a meteorite, an asteroid. One is a kind of a new age space shuttle. This is a random picture of swirling lights. Here's an astronaut doing a spacewalk, and here's kind of a mining expedition. Looks like an iron mine of some sort on Earth. And it's just really neat that they do these, and depending on the group, the pictures were in all different order, which is what we're kind of striving for. And because I also teach an intensive writing class, I really talked about the 5-paragraph essay. Your introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and your conclusion is really all that this is. And these visuals, this is what I want when you guys are writing your 5-paragraph essays in class. I want you to have these in your head. Make up your own visuals for each paragraph. Have one main image that sticks in your head for that paragraph. Yeah, and they really understood that. I did model one for them. I didn't want to do it, and Paul and I were talking about this first because I didn't want them to use any ideas and think that they had to start with any particular picture. So I just did this. I said, this is what I essentially want yours to look like. Put your 5 pictures there, write a paragraph for each, and that was basically it. The whole thing was done in 45 minutes, from start to finish. From giving them the folder to receiving this was done in 45 minutes in one class period. So that was really, I allotted 2 class periods for it, and it was one group that I think took it home and finished it. But it was amazing how much they got done in one class period. So now, obviously, if you were to turn, you have to elaborate, but why couldn't you do this first to start, to get past that writer's block, and then say, okay, now take this and use that to construct, full-length 5-paragraph essay by adding, more depth, more details, more transitions. But starting with that is a lot better than starting with, just kind of a blank piece of paper.